Hello students. Next topic is real depth and apparent depth. Before going to see this topic, let me recall the previous one. In previous class, we start the chapter optics. In optics, ninth chapter is ray optics. In this chapter, we studied about refraction, bending of light rays when it passes from one medium to another medium. We have two kinds of medium, rarer medium and denser medium. Rarer medium is air, which have the refractive index of value 1, and when light passes through the air, its speed is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So these two are constant value, you have to remember. Then denser medium, it may be anything which is solid or water, whatever. Okay, water, glass, diamond, rock. So these are generally known as denser medium. It have different refractive index. Okay, so refractive index is a factor which decides how easily light can pass through the medium. If the value of refractive index is very much less, then light can pass through that medium faster. Okay, so refractive index inversely proportional to speed of light in that particular medium. Clear? Then we studied refractive index of two medium, that is mu2 by mu1 equal to v1 by v2, okay, inversely proportional to velocity. Then v1 by v2 equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2. So velocity directly proportional to wavelength, and refractive index inversely proportional to wavelength. Then one important topic, that is laws of refraction. There are totally two laws. First law is incident ray, refracted ray, and normal to the refracting surface all lies in the same plane. Then second law, also known as Snell's law. The ratio of sine of angle of incident to the sine of angle of refraction is equal to constant, or we can say refractive indices of two medium. That is sine I by sine r equal to mu2 by mu1. Okay, so today's topic, real depth and apparent depth. This topic very much related to our day-to-day life. We may have seen that if an object is inside the water, then it appears like slightly elevated from the water. We have seen it many times. Okay, if you consider a tank, so inside the tank there is a stone. When you look the stone, okay, from the outside, then it appears that the stone is slightly elevated. Okay, the depth of the stone is slightly elevated, or the depth of the tank is slightly upper than the actual. Correct? So that is the concept behind real depth and apparent depth. That is what we are going to study in this topic. Okay, so consider a tank. So inside this tank, we have an object. You can try it in yourself. If you have a glass, okay, then you can fill it with water and you put a coin inside the water. Then that coin appears slightly upper. Okay, it appears here. If you look the coin from here outside if you look the coin from here, then it appears like the coin is slightly elevated from its actual depth. Correct? So a light is coming outside from the object. Why? Because of light we can see all the object. Without light we cannot be able to see the object. Okay, so a light is coming out from the object. Then a person see this coin from here. Okay, a person see this coin from here. Then his light rays come here. We have two medium. Tank is filled with water. Then what will happen? This is our incident ray, the light coming from the object. Okay, so when it reaches the interface between the water and air, then what will happen? It will automatically get refracted. Correct? So refraction process takes place. when the light passes from denser medium to rarer medium, it moves away. Okay, it moves away from the normal line. Consider this is a normal line. The light comes from denser medium to rarer medium, so it moves away from the normal. Correct? It moves away from the normal. So if the person, a small change here, if you look this coin from the top, then the light from the coin appears or comes towards your eyes in a straight line, which means you did not observe any elevation when you look the coin from exactly from the top. Correct? If you want, you can try yourself. If you look the coin from the top or look any object which is immersed in water exactly 90 degree from the object, okay, then you won't see any elevation of the object. Clear? So remember those two conditions. When there is no refraction takes place, the first condition is when the light falls normally or light coincide with the normal line of the object, then there is no refraction. So here no refraction takes place. Okay, so light goes in a straight line. Then a light comes from object at certain angle. Okay, so after reaching the interface, because it created certain angle, then it will definitely undergo refraction. Correct? So after reaching the interface, it got refracted, which is falling away from the normal. Okay, which falls away from the normal. So it goes like that. Correct? So if a person see from here, then what will happen? He never see the object situated at the bottom of the tank. Instead of that, he see that the object is located here. I just extend this line. He see that the object is located here. Okay, so as per this person, this is the bottom of the tank and this is the object. So the object is elevated from its original depth. That is known as apparent depth. So what is real depth here? Always measure the real depth from the surface of the water. Okay, don't measure from our eyesight or don't measure from the height of the tank. Always measure the real depth from the surface of the water. So this is the surface of the water and this is our real depth. Okay, I take this depth as D. Then we have apparent depth. The object appears here slightly elevated. That depth is known as apparent depth D dash. Clear? So here we have two medium. The two medium must have two refractive index. Okay, one is water, another one is air. So which one have the refractive index 1? Which one have the refractive index 2? That is the main question here. So remember always, light coming from the object, that place is taken as first medium. Sorry, that place is taken as second medium. When light coming from, so light coming from the object, coming from the stone or coin, I take this medium have the refractive index of 2. So I consider this medium is second medium. Okay, then light going towards our eyesight, that medium taken as first medium, which has the refractive index of mu1. Clear? For example, if you are looking this paper, okay, then light coming from the paper towards your eyesight. Correct? So this paper consider as second medium, which have refractive index mu2. Okay, so light coming towards your eyesight, you are in air. Correct? You are in your room, you are in air, so you are in the first medium, which is air. Clear? So kindly remember this concept. This medium is 2 and this medium is 1. Okay, so this is our object and this is our image. So what is image? Image is not the real thing, not the real object. It just appears like an object. Correct? If you stand in front of the mirror, then you is the object. Okay, you are the object. Then the image like you shown on the mirror, that is known as image. Clear? Similarly, this is our real object. Okay, this is our real object, but it appears here because of the refraction when you watch it outside the tank. Clear? So this is image and this is object. So we can say D is real depth, D dash apparent depth, which is measured always from surface. Kindly note it down or else you will forget. Measure always from surface of water. We have an important formula in this real depth and apparent depth, that is mu2 by mu1 equal to D by D dash, which means real depth by apparent depth. So consider we have two medium. Okay, medium 1, medium 2, and object is located inside the water. So two light coming from the object. First one is perpendicular, which undergoes no refraction. Next one is at an angle, certain angle. That angle we can say angle of incidence. Correct? Because light coming from the source. Light coming from the source. So this angle is known as angle of incidence with a normal line. Then after reaching the interface of two medium, it undergoes refraction. Okay, so if you draw a normal here, okay, if you draw normal, then this angle is known as angle of refraction. Okay, so this is air and here we have denser medium, water. Clear? Then where will be the object is located? When I see from here, okay, it appears the object is located here. The virtual object, not the real object, but the virtual object. We can say image. Correct? So if I see from here and I extend the refracted ray, my object is appears here, slightly elevated from the water. Okay, so apply Snell's law. We know Snell's law, sin I by sin r equal to mu2 by mu1. Clear? So that condition, when the source is outside the water, when the source is in air, but here the source is inside the water, so we slightly change the formula. Sin I by sin r equal to mu1 by mu2. Okay, a small change. We take mu2 by mu1. Here we take mu1 by mu2, which means refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2. Okay, so it is constant. We can take anything, either mu2 by mu1 or mu1 by mu2. Here the source is located inside the water, so we take mu1 by mu2. Then we rewrite this formula. Sin I mu2 equal to sin r mu1. Okay, so here rays are paraxial. Paraxial means which have very small angle difference with respect to the normal line. Okay, so actually it seems a big, but when you calculate it numerically, the angle will be very much small. If you take a lens or mirror or anything. When the light falls on it, it is reflected with very small angle of reflection or angle of refraction. Okay, so here we take this ray as well as this ray as well as this refracted ray, all appears in a straight line, or we can say the angle between all these three rays are very much small. Okay, very much small. So we take the angle I and angle R is very small. How much small? If you take 90 degree, no problem. If you take 90 degree, then what is the value of sine 90? Sine 90 is 1. 1 is very small. Okay, so even though if you take 90 degree perpendicular line, then the sine 90 value will be 1. Correct? So here instead of sine, we take our sine theta is equal to tan theta, and which is also equal to theta. Okay, why we take sine as tan? Because the value of sine 0 as well as value of tan 0 both is 0. Okay, we know the value of sine 0. Sine 0 is 0. Tan 0 is also 0. But sine 90 value will be 1. Tan 45 will be 1. Okay, so both have 0 at a 0 degree. That's why we take sine theta as theta, and again we take tan theta as theta. Okay, theta is very much small value. For this problem, we take sine I equal to tan I, which is equal to I, angle of incidence. Then sine R equal to tan R, which is equal to R. Clear? Then substitute the formula here. We have sine I mu 2. Instead of that, I take tan I mu 2 equal to sine R mu 1. Tan R mu 1. I take the distance between two normal line, lateral shift taken as x. Okay, distance between these two normal line taken as x. Okay, so for the first triangle, that is this triangle, okay, which has object, for the object triangle, I just apply tan theta. Okay, tan theta. So for this triangle, I apply tan theta. This is our theta. So tan theta is opposite by adjacent, right? Opposite is x. What is adjacent? Adjacent is nothing but real depth. Correct? So for tan I take opposite by adjacent. Opposite is x. Adjacent is d. So x by d mu 2. Okay. Then for another triangle, tan R comes here, diffraction. So for this small triangle, okay, this small triangle, I apply tan R. If this angle is R, then this angle also will be R. Correct? Because both are perpendicular line and both have same angle. Correct? So if you draw a straight line, if you draw how much lines or how much straight lines, all have same angle. Correct? So if this is R, then this must be R. For this theta, I apply tan. So tan theta is opposite by adjacent. What is adjacent here? Adjacent is apparent depth, d dash. Here we can write x by d dash equal to, into mu 1. X get cancelled. Okay, then mu 1 by mu 2 equal to d dash by d. So this is our final answer. Or we can write as we wrote before, mu 2 by mu 1 equal to d by d dash. Note on the question, find the apparent depth of fish seen by bird. So we have water and a fish is inside the water. So a bird is flying, which see the fish. The height of bird and surface of water taken as 36 centimeter, and the fish is swim at a depth of 24 centimeter. So which is first medium and which is second medium? Light is coming from the fish as bird is seeing that. So this medium taken as 2, which have refractive index mu2. That is also given in the problem. That is 4/3 refractive index of water. Then this medium is 1. We know bird is flying in the air. So we take refractive index of air is 1. So we have to find the apparent depth. What is the formula? We know mu2 by mu1 equal to d by d dash. D by d dash. Mu2 4/3. Mu1 1. Then d. D means depth of object from the surface of the water. That is 24 centimeter. Then d dash. We have to find the d dash. Okay. So find the value of d dash. Post your answer. But this d dash is from the surface of the water. What is asked here? Fish seen by bird. So bird is flying above 36 centimeter. So you have to add 36 with this d dash, then you will get the answer. Okay. So find d dash first. Then bird is flying above 36 centimeter. So you have to add 36 centimeter with this d dash. That is our apparent depth as fish seen by the bird. Okay. For the same question, find the apparent height of bird. Okay, apparent height of bird as seen by the fish. Okay, so if fish see this bird, what's the total height from fish to bird? Okay, you find that apparent height of bird seen by fish. Okay, remember fish is inside the water and bird is flying in the air. So you have to find the apparent height. You have 4 options. Option A 54 centimeter, B 68, C 48 centimeter, and D 72 centimeter. Next question, very interesting. We have 3 medium. So this is glass, and here we have air, glass, and again air. An object is located in air. Okay, this is our object O. A person see the object above from the air. Okay, he see this object, and the distance from the person to the interface of air glass taken as 20 centimeter, and distance of air to another air medium taken as 15 centimeter, or we can take the height of the glass. Height of the glass is 15 centimeter. Okay, so air have a refractive index of 1. Here also refractive index of 1. Glass have the refractive index of 1.5. The question is, find the apparent depth of object seen by the person. Okay, find apparent depth of object. Okay, so here we have three different medium. We can apply the formula two times. We have three different medium. If we have two different medium, we can apply the formula one time. So here we have one interface, here we have an interface, glass air, and here also air glass. So for the two interface, we can able to apply the depth formula. So I take this interface as first and this as second. Okay, so first we solve this interface glass and air, and we have to decide which is n1 or which is mu1, which is mu2. So how to decide that? Object is located inside the air, light is coming from the air. A person see here, so light is coming out from the air, correct? So this medium should be mu2. Here we take mu2. Clear? So light is coming, or we can say light is going towards the glass. Light is going towards the glass. So for this condition, this medium will be mu1. Okay, glass is mu1, air is mu2. For this interface, I apply depth formula, that is mu2 by mu1 equal to d by d dash. What is mu2? Mu2 is 1 and mu1 is 1.5. Then d, depth of the glass, yeah, which is also given. I forgot to write. D is given as 10 centimeter. So object is located in 10 centimeter. This is depth from the glass. 10 by d dash. So d dash will be 15 centimeter. 15 centimeter means from this surface my object is seems goes to bottom. Okay, my object is goes to bottom. So here total distance will be 15 centimeter. Very important thing that you have to notice, when you look the object from denser medium to rarer medium, it appears that the object is going very far from you. Okay, the object is situated very far from you. Remember the previous condition? There we look the object outside the water. Okay, a bird is flying on the air. Okay, so it is in rarer medium, and it see the fish which is in denser medium. So if I look the object outside the water, I mean if I look the object from air, then my coin appears slightly elevated from the water, correct? So their distance decreased. Distance between us and the coin is decreased. But here, if you are inside the water, okay, then you see a bird is flying in the air, or a person is standing outside the water, or a tree, then it appears that the distance is increased. Okay, the tree appears very far from you than the original height, than the original distance. Clear? So here the object is seen from the glass. Okay, the object is seen from the glass. Glass is denser medium, object is located in a rarer medium. Then it seems like it goes very depth. Okay, it goes very depth. The actual is 10 centimeter, but it appears the object is situated in 15 centimeter. So 5 centimeter increased when you see the object from the denser medium, correct? So kindly remember this point. 1 mark will be asked from this point. So first medium, first interface finished. Then go to the second interface. So for second interface, write the formula mu2 by mu1 equal to d by d dash. So which is mu2, which is mu1? So now the person seeing outside the air, So light is coming from this coin towards the upside. So first it comes here, then again it goes to outside. So here source is located here. Okay, this surface only. Our light is going outwards. So if it is going outwards, then this should be medium 1, and light is going from here. So from here, then this medium taken as 2. Clear? So mu2 1.5, mu1 1. Then what is D? What is D? I'm talking about this interface. What is D? So D is, here we have 15 centimeter, and again here we have 15 centimeter. Okay, so 15 plus 15, 15 plus 15, 30 divided by D dash. Clear? So the image of the first interface appears as an object of second interface. Okay, so now this coin or this object, this virtual object, or we can say this image, behave as object when you look from this interface. Clear? So here the value of D dash is 20 centimeter. 20 centimeter from where? 20 centimeter from second interface. So here we have 15 centimeter, then object maybe looks here. So I can take this total distance as 20 centimeter. So this is 15 and this is 5. If a person see from the air, the object is situated here. Okay, this is actual object. When you look from here, it is situated here. Okay, it is situated very far. But when you look from here, it is situated very near. Okay, this is actual distance. This is when you see it from density medium. This is when you see it from rarer medium. If you see from density medium, it goes deeper. Okay, when you see from rarer medium, it comes upper. So the total distance will be 20 centimeter. This is our answer. Thank you.